What's up, guys, and welcome back to Breakout Trading. So, notice anything different? We had a whole platform makeover. So after my day 2 days ago, the bad day where I almost lost a big chunk, I took the yesterday off and decided I needed a new strategy because obviously whatever I was doing wasn't working. And B, I wanted to redo my layout a bit so that I could really go back to some core roots. I was too focused on, my setup and buying the breakout, where I should really be buying is the supports. That's the best place to have your risk reward ratio. So I took off all the grid lines of the chart. Everything looks a lot cleaner now. I'm really happy with this. You can see here, like the SPY, look how nice and easy that is to see the whole daily chart. Allows me to zoom in like really nicely, see it's just a lot better to see where the support and resistance is. So that's my new focus. Is I got a fresh layout. So this is the one screen, and then left screen is the same. That's just my watch lists for the day, except I reduced the grid background more so I can just focus on the price action. And right screen is I got my news panel now, which is a lot bigger so that I can read the headlines as they come. I don't have to like open it up every time. I can just glance over, see the headline. If it's something significant, then I can click on it and open it up. As you can see here, we're up $26 today on Cnsp, so that means we're ending the week green. First green week I've ever had day trading. Feels pretty good. It's a short week. We're going into the long weekend, so it's a great way to end the week and start fresh on Tuesday, I think, when the markets open. So anyways, that is, yeah, it just looks so much cleaner. It's so much easier to like see stuff on this. So this is the open for the SPY today. We're only about an hour and a half into the day, and I'm calling her quits with running with what I have. I'll show you the trade in a minute, but I just want to go over, I am not buying breakouts anymore. My channel can be called Breakout Trading because, your P&L breaks out, but breakouts buying is highly likely that you're going to buy the top. And it's really hard to manage your risk when you buy a breakout. There's nowhere good to put your stop loss. Whereas if you're buying support, you're buying the red, it's much easier to place a stop loss tight, and then when it gets invalidated, you can just let it hit. So for example, this is the SPY here. You can see that right in the morning we had a level of support here. Boom, there's your entry. Look at that. I'm just using the SPY as an example. I don't trade the SPY. It's a bit out of my price range and doesn't really move well enough for me to profit. But anyways, you can see just a quick example of like some classic. So this is where I'm going to be buying now. I took off the 9 EMA. I still love VWAP. VWAP is an excellent indicator because the thing about the EMAs is that everybody can have their different EMA that they like, but everyone's VWAP is the same. So it's really easy to know that like a ton of other traders and algorithms are watching this exact same line. So VWAP combined with support resistance is my new strategy. You can see I modified my time in sales so I can have the time here. I made it blue so it's easier to differentiate between buys, big sells, big order blocks. I'm really going to try and focus on reading this better. So I got this right next to each other so I can look at fresh orders that just got printed, fresh trades that just got printed, and the order book here to see if there's any big sellers lurking. And then obviously I have my trade chart. This is my order entry here, and I'll move this out of the way. Down here is just a little bit of like a I don't know, data center thing. It just says like the daily volume, the market cap, float, high, low of the day, price, etc. Here's where my live orders are, so I can always glance down, don't need to minimize or expand anything, and I can see if I have any orders that are live so I don't miss those. These are the orders of the day, so you can see I had one trade today on Cnsp, Cnsp, and that's another thing, is I'm going to try and limit my trades for the day down to like 1 or 2. That's going to allow me to get the best entries, the best setups, and minimize the commissions I pay for the day. So anyways, we're on the SPY still. I just wanted to, so like the beauty of this thing is I can do what's called a Fibonacci retracement from the very top all-time high to our pullback area, and then I have what's marked off here as a big support area, now resistance, which is 285 from, it looks like the end of February is when we hit it, before the bigger pullback, drop. And what I'm really watching is, see, I almost like it better just like this. It's so easy to see the daily chart like this. It's excellent. I'm watching this 50% and this 38.2, which if you do the Fibonacci retracement the other way is the 61.8. And this little pocket here of this resistance and these two key fib zones is what I'm going to be watching for to potentially enter into a short position, which I'll be doing by buying SQQQ shares. So as you can see how much these have dropped based on how much the market's rallied. And yeah, I'm going to be buying these. I don't want to do that today because it's a long weekend. Who knows what's going to happen, but on Tuesday I will, if the SPY is anywhere near my entry area, which would be around 285, I will be buying those shares, and my stop loss is going to be above 300, I'm thinking, and I'm going to look for a retest of the lows. So that'll be a bit more of a swing trade position, which I normally don't take. I would like to trade options in SQQQ or SPY options, but I don't think I'm knowledgeable enough yet to do that, so I'm just going to hold off on that and wait and do what I know best, buying and like just longing and shorting. So anyways, I'll get into the trade for today. Cnsp. So one trade. Let's take off these fib lines. So as you can see, this is a pretty new stock. Sorry, my dogs are freaking out. 1 second. Okay, so I normally did not trade the open before. However, I am rethinking that strategy because obviously what I've been doing isn't working. So I ended up trading the open here on Cnsp. So this was the pre-market, and you can see that we rallied up really nicely.
Market data connection lost.
It's been glitching out. Yeah, so this is the daily chart.
Market data connection re-established.
You can see that we just about broke into all-time highs. Above 570 is all-time high for this stock. No resistance levels, which is ideal for longing. However, we did not do that. We came up and we wicked just below it and then had a big pullback. So the reason I traded this was it had news about COVID. It has a low market cap and decently low float. The best low float stocks are like 3 to 5 million. Those things rip. So yeah, here's the news catalyst. Yeah, some sort of cure. It's just fluff news basically. I probably shouldn't have traded off this headline. Yeah, it's something. It's something. Maybe not the best thing to be trading off, but anyways, I just saw that it was running up pre-market. This is the open here. So this is before the market was open, 9:29. You can see here at the bottom. And I thought that it would be a nice place to buy a pullback to VWAP and then sell into a push of breaking the pre-market highs here at 550. Another cool thing I added is now when I'm in a trade, there's this little indicator at the top of the screen that says how many shares I have, what my cost is for those shares in US dollars, and my P&L currently. So that's really helpful, as I can I can just glance up at the chart and know how much I'm up, down, or how many shares I have left in the position. That was a really cool thing I added. So anyways, market opens up here, and I'm looking to buy the dip on the VWAP, and that's exactly what I did. I bought in here at 468 for 50 shares, which is about 500, I think. Not even close, 230. So really nice there. That's like the kind of size I want to be trading with, anywhere between 250 to 500. It's a nice amount for me. I don't get nervous when I trade with that much. I have low emotions, which is key to performing well. Not that it's not a lot of money, but it's just a lot less than like 800 to 1,000, and it is really nice to trade that and not be nervous. Not too sure why my time and sales is getting all glitched out right now. Very weird. Anyways, so yeah, we just simply bought the dip on VWAP and then sold the rip, and you can see that I tried initially to sell before the high at 532 on this wick here, which would have been almost the top of it, and unfortunately I didn't get filled, so I canceled that order and then put in another sell order for 513, got filled, and that's how we banked the 26 rate on the open, which is pretty nice. So I realized that I may have gotten somewhat lucky on this trade because I pretty much sold at the last chance you would have had to sell. Not ideal. It's not an ideal trade to have made, honestly. But it got the job done today. I'm really torn on trading the open like that. Yeah, like it's just so easy to get the rug pulled on you and then it drop. So see, but again, like look at this. This is my new strategy. It's VWAP plays, support and resistance plays. Look at this nice support here. So we come down. This is the first candle of the day. I'll take away pre-market now just because it gets kind of confusing. So here we are, first candle of the day. Come down, initial daily support, and then we kind of form a bit of like a descending triangle here, break through that low, and also I made it so that my trend lines automatically continue. We break through this low, bit of a retest, and then a big sell-off here, and you can see that we kept retesting this line. So before, what I would do, my strategy is I would like try and buy these things for like a breakthrough, but that's just super risky. And how do you manage your risk? This is more of a short trade because you can have your stop loss above this high here at 4.63. Your entry is 450. It's a 13-cent stop loss, and you know when you're wrong. So those are the kind of trades I'm going to be looking for now, and we pretty much just sold off all day. So yeah, that's it for today. Just a little pop, ending the week green. I'm going to keep it there. I really like this new setup. It's much easier to read, much easier to see my orders right in front of me. Yeah, I pretty much went over everything I want to go over, and that's it. I'm happy. I'm happy with how this worked. I guess we can go over if, like, yeah, in my future videos I'll make more about support and resistance, but that's going to be, I went back to one of the first things I learned, and that's still one of the very fundamental things in trading is support and resistance, and I need to be buying red more and then having my stop loss tight in an area that I can really manage it properly. So let's see if I can give you one more example before I go on. Maybe TLSA. That was one I was watching this morning. So you can see that we're stuck below VWAP. There's your resistance. See, this is what I would do before, is I would buy all these little pops out of VWAP looking for the break, but look at how many trades I would have missed or would have had a loser on. And then if you're buying, for example, if you're buying this breakout above VWAP, where do you put your stop loss? down here, that's horrible risk to reward. So I'm going to be buying on support now. That is the new thing to be doing. See, a good place to buy would be down here. Buy down here at 316, and then you know immediately when you're wrong if it breaks below 311, which is the low of day. Nice easy risk to reward, and you have the upside potential of the high of day, which is 380. So that's what I'm just going to be focused on more, is better setups. I got a nice daily chart now that I can look over at. I added the RSI. Another really good example of support and resistance I just wanted to go over is on Beyond Meat. It's actually on the daily chart. So a few things about this chart that really stuck out to me were, first off, this is when we had this huge run up in Beyond Meat in the summer, and you can see that one of the key places we came down and tested as support was that 136 level. We hit it multiple times, once here on here and here, and then we started to form this descending triangle. We broke down, and then this was when a lot of people were selling, but what actually happened was we had some divergence in the charts where we were making lower highs, but our RSI was making higher lows. And that's how you could have predicted this breakout and then sold right at this 136 level, which is now resistance. And then we've sold off again. So that's what my main goal is going to be now, is simple support and resistance. I'm going to drop the VWAP trade line breakout strategy for now and see how I can do with this. Obviously the first day's gone pretty well, and I love having this clean chart. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So anyways, guys, I'll see you Tuesday. Happy trading.